Hello guys and welcome to HRL Hello guys and welcome to HRL TRS Season 6, week number 5. This is going to be race number 3 here. That's Turkey's cheesy starting spot that we're taking a look at the start here. And getting a look at the gate. Interesting gate start on this one. Sol, Armada, and Luke side by side. Opix, Roman. And then we got Detail and Slanch up here. And of course, like I said before, Turkey in the cheese spot. Just doing a quick check on there. Make sure there's nothing illegal on the rear end of Detail's goose right there. The only thing illegal there was the amount of thickness that we saw. Anyways, it's going to be the one to throw the nade on this one. There it is. And we're going to be going green. And a little struggle for him getting back on the goose. But, you know, nothing he can't regain from, I'm sure. So this track is Uppsala. I don't know. It's a freaking town in Sweden, I guess. I don't know if that's where Roman got it from or why he got it from there. But I heard it on Jeopardy the other day, and I was like, holy shit. What a coincidence. Anyways, fun fact. This track is pretty long. And you'll definitely see throughout this race how long this track is, how long the lap time is. Definitely the longest, or if not the longest, definitely feels like the longest track that we have on this night. So that is something to keep in mind. The longer TRS tracks, for whatever reason, always play out a little bit differently than the short or intermediate ones. They always play out a little bit differently, and that's what we've seen so far throughout the season. And I think that'll continue on this track. Like, things just get... It's weird because the races are the same length, right? The races are the same length. But with the track size being different, things play out so differently. And it kind of reminds me of, like, oval racing, where, like, how the short tracks play out. Again, even though the race lengths can be the same, the short tracks will play out so differently than, like, the super speedways, for example, stuff like that. Even in World of Outlaw, like, the small woo tracks, like EXO, versus like a longer one like the Knoxville that we did, stuff like that, like how even with the same length, the track size can affect the racing a lot. And yeah, so these longer tracks, what we've seen is just like things get really spread out. And not saying that there aren't like battles or anything, we still definitely witness some good battles on these. But that being said, they're a little more, you know, it's a little more like two drivers will have a battle instead of there being like a pack. Like in some of these other tracks, we'll see like a pack form, and that pack will kind of stay with each other for a bit. On these, again, it's more of a cheesy right there. Detail and Turkey. Oh, this recovery for Luke too. Yeah, Detail and Turkey going side by side through the pipe. That's a tough one to make work. Anyways, like I was saying, like on these you'll see it be more of like pairs of drivers, whereas on the short tracks you'll see like that pack form, and it seems like that pack lasts quite a bit. River Rapids too being a good example. Like you had the big pack for the midfield on that one. Oh, that is unfortunate for Slanch. Again, and then versus like Lightstone, the last like really long track that we did, or the last one that I could think of. On that one, huge gaps. I mean, it wasn't too bad in the beginning, but it definitely got very gapped towards the end, and that just seems to be the way that these longer tracks go. And it's definitely a preference, and it's interesting, like hearing from the drivers which ones they prefer, because I definitely think there's some drivers that like these longer TRSs and like the things getting gapped out a little bit more, and I think there's also drivers that prefer the short or intermediate ones where it stays in more of a pack, and that makes things interesting in its own way. Let me know in the comments. Which do you prefer? For me, I'm taking a look at a replay here. By the way, this move, I think Detail gets by Roman here, so it's a nice pass. It's a nice pass out of him, and it's also a collision moment as well. So yeah, it's a really nice move right there to take the lead, and then dodging. I think Slanch got cheesed in the collision there. Turkey in third, by the way. And Detail going for an alternate line right there. Now this is something that you don't see very often, but there is an alternate line that he just took right there to get through that pipe section, and it's very interesting because it creates another collision on the track, and this is not something that Roman planned for, as far as I'm aware. I don't even think he knew that was possible when we went into racing this, but we found it during practice or during the race, and then it just kind of became a thing. And again, those are the type of things that like I love about TRS. Is just so much more common for something to like that to happen in a TRS race, where there's like an unintended line on the track, and some people discover it and it becomes like a factor in the race, like how quickly do you find this, and it's hard to like police against too, if you don't find it beforehand. It's not really fair to like, oh, I like the move right there. Detail gets collected in the collision, but Turkey making it interesting for the lead as well, and sending it, trying to get the track position on Roman. Roman gets the run, gets him in the pipe. Detail going the other way. It's actually really good battling right here, this top three. But yeah, it's hard to like officiate it too, because you'd have to like go back afterwards and say like, oh yeah, it's not, or like in the middle of the race, which is like, it's hard to justify. It's hard to justify like policing a line like that after the fact or in the middle of the race when people are already like experimenting with it. It's like not really fair to do that. So again, like that can happen with other tracks, but I definitely think that's something that happens more commonly in TRS. And I mean, hell, we've even done like newer versions of TRS tracks where we've incorporated like the lines that we've found through people finding alternate ways throughout the race and stuff like that. Like, so I think that that part of TRS racing is pretty cool. I like the run out of here from Turkey, by the way. Aggressive run, making the lead happen on Roman here. So yeah, Turkey did the lead, and oh, the collision though. Oh my God, could have been way worse. Those guys were coming in hot as well, but good recovery from Turkey. Oh, and Detail cheeses in the pipe right there, so Turkey will take second place back. Roman's still in the lead. This is a great, this has been a pretty good top three battle, by the way. This has actually been probably, this is pretty similar to like early race in TRS in our first race of the night. Actually, really good podium fight. Slaunch was involved in this too earlier before he had a few flips, but yeah, this has actually been pretty good racing so far. Been enjoying this one. And we'll have to see how long Roman can hold on to this lead for, because with these collisions coming up, I don't know if he's going to run away with this one clean. I'm sure Turkey and Detail will find a way to get back in this fight. Turkey getting really squirrely right there. Detail trying to find some way to work around him, but just can't really get it going. Okay, Turkey was cheesing, but he's still, despite all the cheese, Turkey is still keeping his momentum up. And there it is. There it is. I think Armada right there, getting involved with Roman aggressively too. That was a really bad collision. Oh, and Detail cheesing the pipe. Oh, and he can't get out. He can't get out. And it takes a little too long, and that's a big moment in the race right there, because Roman just got cheesed by that collision so hard. Turkey and Detail probably would have been running away with it and battling with each other for a second, but with that cheese in the pipe, now Turkey has a massive lead. That switches things up greatly. Turkey has a massive lead now. It's really far away from our 2, 3, 4, and Luke's starting to lurk his way into this battle as well. In fourth, starting to get up here, has Roman in the sights now, so might spice things up a little bit more. It might become a four-way battle now too. That's what it's potentially looking like. Fifth place, on the other hand, I don't even know. Is that fifth right there? That might be fifth right there. So we've got a bit of a gap. Got a bit of a gap, and again, that's what I was talking about earlier with these longer tracks. That just seems to be, the case. That just seems to be the case on these for whatever reason. Not exactly sure why. Roman getting collected again. Luke's gonna try to slip by here. Slip by. And it is able to pull it off. At least it seems so. Roman fighting back too, but yeah, it looks like Luke will have the podium spot at the moment. But yeah, Turkey running away with this race at the moment, and it's something that I was talking about, I think two weeks ago, I think, with the TRS races. Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago with Slaunch and Armada getting their wins. I was talking about Turkey and like how he with World of Outlaw and TRS, like he always gets like a win. He always gets like at least a win here or there, and it's usually like a matter of when. And I feel like usually Turkey would have gotten it by now, and things have just not worked out. And it's honestly like his start to his TRS season was pretty rough, but finally he's been starting to get some better results as of recent, and be running up to the front more often. Oh, it looks like Detail getting involved in a bad one too. I think we look at a replay in this one, because this is like big collision action here. But yeah, so Turkey with this massive lead, this is a big opportunity for him to capitalize on being in that good of a position in the middle of the race, and we'll have to see if he can pull it off, because that would be huge for him, like getting his first moto win of the season, getting that moto win out of the way that I feel like he always gets. be huge for him, and big points too, again, because he hasn't had the greatest start to his TRS season. It's been getting better. It's progressively been getting better, but it hasn't been the greatest start. It's not too bad of a shot here, by the way. Detail and optics in that one, and that's a really rough collision recovery for Detail, because he kind of had to, like, reverse up the hill, but you can't really reverse up the hill, so he kind of had to, like, reverse it just to get himself turned the right way and then go the right way up the hill, and obviously reversing up the hill is slow, so, like, that was a rough type of collision for him to recover from there. And now Luke's not too far behind, and from him in third here. Detail's still trying to hold on a second, so Roman's got a bit of a gap, trying to keep things interesting in the front pack here. And we'll see how many checkpoints are we doing on this one. I don't think the schedule has it listed right. I could be. It's listed as 170. I don't remember if that's correct or not. I feel like I remember one of them not being correct on the night. We'll see. We'll see. That's what it is. That's what it is listed as. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, this track. I was actually thinking about making a TRS on this map for Reach as well. I need to make some more on Reach. I've been getting into some Halo 4 layouts, but I gotta start making some more TRSs on Reach, because these Reach TRSs are pretty fun. They have a lot of potential, and the few that we've done so far have been really fun. Like, in particular, actually Lightstone was a pretty good track. Honestly, I've enjoyed all of them so far, but especially, like, Daintree was one of our best races of the season still, I think, that first Reach race. Mountain Run with the freaking hog truck things, that was actually really fun, and that was a pretty crazy race as well. And then, like I said, I thought Lightstone was a really fun track too, so, and this one also is definitely interesting. This one's tougher, I would say. This one's definitely tougher than some that we've done so far, and that is unfortunate right there. Soul with, like, the weirdest collision right there, where he was just, like, kind of stuck in the middle of the track and was, like, kind of getting blocked for a second there, just couldn't get going the right way. Now Roman goes back into third here. But yeah, so I'm hoping we see some more Reach tracks. I'm gonna try to forge some myself for sure. I want to see a few more of these in the schedule, but I've been also getting some ideas for Halo 4 ones. So yeah, we'll have to see how we end up splitting it, because I was going through Halo 4, and I think that game, and there's kind of a similar story for Reach a little bit here too. Unfortunate two-wheel and flip over there for Detail, but pretty good recovery. Still has a pretty good gap. Anyways, I was saying, Halo 4, so the map packs, right? The map packs it's not like today, where the maps for these games, you know, everybody gets the maps. It was still the map packs, so you'd have to buy them. So because not everybody would buy them, we wouldn't do races on those map pack maps, which is really unfortunate, because I actually think the Halo 4 map pack maps, while they were, you know, okay, there was a couple good ones for matchmaking. The one that sticks out in my mind, I think it's called, like, Skyline. That map was actually pretty good. I'm pretty sure that was a DLC map. That might have been my favorite Halo 4 map, honestly. I really liked that one, so that one really stood out. But for the most part, matchmaking-wise, a lot of the DLC maps for Halo 4, in my opinion, were pretty forgettable. But for TRS, I think they have a lot of potential. So that's been something that little teaser for you guys in this one, I guess. That's been something I've been working on. Is I've been coming up with Halo 4 layouts, and I haven't, like, fully finished all of them yet. A lot of it has just been me going onto the maps and driving around and placing checkpoints, basically, not really doing a whole lot with bordering, just placing checkpoints and just, like, I don't know, just getting ideas for layouts down. But yeah, I want to go through some of those tracks. I want to go through some of those DLC tracks, because again, they're mostly big team battle focused. Oh, Detail actually got involved in another one right there. So Roman shoots up to second. Turkey's still with a massive lead, by the way. He's still checking out of this one, but Detail's going to try to recover to get this second place back from Roman here if he can. But yeah, that's definitely something to expect out of me soon. I've been looking at a lot of those Halo 4, particularly the DLC maps, and thinking, like, okay, we didn't get to do these back in the day, but now everybody has the maps, so there's no excuse. So, like, let's see what we can do. Let's see what kind of layouts, we can cook up on these maps, and yeah, to actually get to race on them. Because I remember back in the day, I'm sure Slanch and I did some runs on those where it was like, yeah, we're coming up with layouts, but again, just never ended up racing them because not everybody had the freaking maps. And so now, now that everybody has them, I'm really looking forward to making some layouts on those and trying them out, because there's a lot of good potential. Turkey, don't cheese this. Don't cheese this. I know he still has a big gap, but oh, I love the swerve. I love the swerve on that collision dodge, but right there, by the way, that was great. Anyways, look forward to that. Definitely expect some more like H4, like DLC map TRS stuff coming out of me soon. As Turkey takes the win here, good for him. Turkey taking his first moto win in the season. Roman will hold on to that second, Detail third, and Luke will end up taking fourth. And then the gap, the gap on this one is ridiculous. The gap is absolutely absurd. We're just waiting. There we go. There we are. That's what I was saying. Man. The gaps on these bigger TRS tracks just end up being so much larger. It's absurd how gapped these fields get. But anyways, final results. So yeah, of course, Turkey taking home his first moto win of the season. Roman taking home a second place. Detail taking third, rounding out the podium. Luke fourth. Soul fifth, rounding out the top five. Slaunch sixth, Opix seventh, and Armada with the eighth place. Dang, Armada going the wrong way this night. Hopefully he can recover. On the last race, because he was actually, before that last place, he was actually putting together a pretty good overall result on the night. Yeah, congrats to Turkey, and we'll see you guys in the next one.